have 5 performers today, and what they'll be doing is a completely improvised work. It's probably going to run somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes. We don't know. It's improvised. Their score is to use all of the tools that they've learned or worked on in class. And a moment ago, one of them said the words "own the moment," so they're going to own the moment for 3 to 5 minutes and make something. There'll be an ending. And afterwards, it would be really great if we could hear from you what you saw, what actions caught your eye, what moments happened that you were like, oh, I didn't expect that, or that's beautiful, or I didn't know what was happening, it made me feel bleh. Put pins in those moments. Notice what you notice so that you can tell us what you see. They can't know what you're going to see. And that's the most exciting part for us as performers, is that we get to hear the impact of our actions. So without further ado, Fine Wine class.
Together something that's worth seeing, you know?
And that was impromptu. This was not this performance was choreographed. We were just throwing things that we remembered how to do.
A side note from class, every single week they made a choreographic study with whatever the concept was. So they've been practicing making things and setting them and performing them from each other and getting feedback like we're doing now. So they have.
So at this one moment, I see her like looking up at me like this. She goes around the other side.
Yeah, we did a lot of that in class. We would articulate what we felt, what felt strange, what felt comfortable, what we liked, what was easier, what was more difficult. And so after each time that we choreographed something in our little groups, then we talked about it and what our feelings were, and then we told Miles. We expressed it to Miles.
You know, I thought that was a great question, because I'm thinking now, every time I make eye contact with someone, and each person has a very different personality, and there's a very different energy going between all of us, and that was so much fun to respond to the different personalities, and you can feel it.
So we really have to thank Miles for bringing out our inner selves.
Yeah. Remember, so safe. Yeah, but inspired and safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad about
And
that.
fun.
That's the fun. Okay.
You know, I think that's, well, I like to have fun.
Most people that I know like
So
that.
therefore, you know, it's nice to know that you can come and you can play for an hour and a half and do something good for your body and your mind and be with other people on the same path. You know, it's a really good thing.
Yeah.
Do you strive to kind of turn off your mind
Great question.
and get into a different space when you're doing this?
But only to a certain extent, because we are responding to each other. So there's always that awareness of where everyone else is and what else is happening. But there's for me, there's a certain amount of turning off. You know, what am I going to do next? I don't try to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
We tried experiencing movement with our eyes closed.
Oh, yeah, we do that.
That was fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For me, it's not striving to not have thoughts. It's just something. It's a result of the work that we're doing and being together this way as playmates or whatever that we have to develop this trust
It just
and learn to be
happens.
vulnerable with each other and so on. It's something that happens. I mean, the thoughts are there as far as, well, don't go off the stage and don't touch this ground, and, you know, whatever, you know, but
Those.
very, yeah.
But I actually,
just
it seems
wobble.
like you almost, oh, I'm sorry. It seems like you turn on another part though. Like there's parts of it, of the like, maybe like, don't, you know, I have to move this particular way that turn off, but then there's this very, very present, hyper aware space that you guys are in that is, I mean, whether it's mind or heart or whatever part is turned on differently, but it's interesting because I feel like there's maybe a part that turns off, a part that turns more on.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
It was also very musical
Musical.
and evocative to me.
Yeah. What, can you say more about what it was that did that for you?
The flow, just again, the nature aspect.
Yeah, the soundscape.
All these images of like willows and butterflies and river grasses and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Very beautiful.
And I think there was a big difference of doing it in here, because sometimes we use music in class, but not always. And as soon as you put on music, it seems like because we all like to move, we all start dancing to the music.
Right.
You know, so we said that if we were going to have music in this performance, so that the music didn't direct what we were doing, we wanted it to just be what Miles did, so that it wasn't, you know, we weren't doing the salsa, we weren't doing the cha-cha.
It's a different, if it's a different kind of thing to have like a rhythmic beat and to have melodic structures that are giving you a lot to work with. A lot of potential direction to say, oh, I'll just go with that. That will be my leader. That will be my leader. This will be my leader. Without sound or with a naturescape or other things, there's this question asking of like, how do you decide what you're going to do? Does the mind change? I believe does change because you have to find it inside of yourself. There's a different kind of sensing and looking for structure and looking for drive to say, oh, like, this is the thing that feels good. Now that I'm doing this, what happens next? Oh, what happens next? What happens next? What am I interested in now? And what's it doing to the rest of me? So it's a different question when there's not music, or when the sound is not the framework.